Hi, this is Jackie,
Hi, this is Diana.
and you're listening to HomeBodiesOnly, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO series. We are doing sort of a special episode because we are combining two episodes in one because we're so behind.
Yes.
So we decided to
Give you a
combine
twofer. How's that?
twofer, and hopefully it won't be 2 hours because we ain't got
Yeah.
time for that.
No.
We'll be doing episodes 6 and 7. We are going to try to do them separately. I don't know the way I took the notes. So let's see how this goes. So starting with episode 6, chapter 6, Scars. This is a good title. I've decided that I just combine Tabby and Imogen, and this I didn't make this up. Someone on the internet did, but to Tabigen, because they have a lot of scenes together. So we're starting with Tabigen.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's basically a continuation of the episode before, when they're talking.
Hi. It's either your house or mine. Yeah,
that's my house. Yeah, my house. Where Tabby tells her basically what happened, right? And then so that something happened, and then we start this episode with Tabby telling the story. She was working at the Orpheum that night. I wrote the tools from school because they are all tools. Tell her about this party, and it's summer, right? And she asks Chip to cover, and he's like really peed off about it. And then I said, if it's summer, why is Greg wearing his leather jacket? Like, why are they all wearing these heavy leather jackets in the summer? Yeah,
it's like straight out of Greece, like always wearing, and like. But we're in Millwood, so this is like I hope they have lots of Axe spray deodorant stuff on because they have to be smelling at this point.
Yeah,
we should have asked Erica, like on set, how this was going on. Well, I mean, they were probably in air conditioning, but
but they also filmed in winter. Whatever. Anyway,
yeah, that's right. But either way, it's supposed to be summer. It's hot.
It's supposed to be summer.
Why would anybody wear that?
He should be walking in with like a wife beater and looking like a tool, like that type of tool.
Right.
But instead, he's got his leather jacket on. Yeah, I don't know. And they're in Pennsylvania. It's not like they're in like a northern. They get summer there.
They're not in Nova Scotia. Okay, not up in like anywhere.
Anyway,
north of the border at this point.
I get so stuck on these things, and this is the first
me
scene.
Too.
This is not good. Yeah. Yeah, Chip is really mad. Anyway, she goes to the party. She drinks. She walks home. Of course, all by herself in the woods.
Through the woods.
Passes out. Basically, somebody raped her. It wasn't Tyler because, that's the whole thing. Was like Imogen was like, "What's the deal? You were so mad at Tyler. What do you think it was? Like, did something happen?" Anyway, she said it wasn't him because she cyberstalked him, and he was away that weekend. She hasn't told her mom. Then Imogen says that basically she also was raped and doesn't know who it was either, but then doesn't go into detail.
And then talks about the fact that that's when she got pregnant, right? Basically.
Yeah. She's basically says that at the end, right, of the show, of the episode. I think that it's the night she got pregnant. Terrible. And basically this is when Facebook group, I think even before this though, the Facebook group started talking about that they think it's the same guy. And I'm like, that's like ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Right.
It is starting to go into that direction though, which I thought was a little crazy. Imogen then asks her to go with her to the train yard to meet this guy who lives there, right?
At least they're going together at this time.
Thank God. Yeah.
Imogen's not going by herself to some abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, in the daytime. So now
I'm so glad I finally listened to the podcast with Erica, the bonus episode. I finished it and I loved it. And I love that we found out that they shot that up because it looked like it was up 28, like in Phoenicia-ish, maybe Margaret. It was definitely like I've seen this area before.
Did she say Catskill again?
She said along 28 she thought it was Catskill, and she said
okay.
They were.
Oh, sorry.
And
she does. Yes.
Yeah, and I felt like I learned so much about how they bounced around from all the locations.
I know, right?
So cool.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that later when another surprise location came up, and I was like,
and you helped with that one. You helped with that one. So Farron asks they show her, and she asks the seamstress to add fabric to her corset. She says it like that, by the way. Corset. It's not, isn't it corset? Is it
I thought
called
it was a corset.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it called something different with, I mean, a
Oh,
corset.
maybe with ballet dancers?
It is. I was going to Google that.
Yeah.
Because a corset is tight and squeezes you and like uncomfortable. And so a corset might be different.
I'm always uncomfortable watching her. And as she talks about her back and the scars and the pain, I'm like more uncomfortable.
I know.
I'm like, I feel like I need like a massage or something.
Yes. Yeah. And you just feel like you're holding your head up,
like
right?
a robot or something.
Yes.
I don't even know. Like a Tin Man or something.
She does a good job. Think about that.
She
like
does
we're
a
both like,
great
oh my
job.
God, so uncomfortable when we see her. It's great.
She looks like a dancer.
She does.
Acts, like
she holds herself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good actress. Okay. So she shows her back to the woman, and Henry's like in the background peeking at her. So he sees it. So then we find out from Madame Giry that the director of repertoire from ABT, which I knew was American Ballet, but I don't know why I couldn't think of the T. It's theater.
Theater, yeah.
Madame Lorraine is going to watch Swan Lake. She will also be there to do critiques. If anyone would if anyone dare, I don't know, perform for her. Did she use the word dare? Because I feel like she did, but she probably didn't.
Probably. Who knows?
So then she tries. Farron does try to apologize to Kelly for what she said to her. Kelly says the only reason Farron. Wait a second. What? I'm very confused about what the heck I wrote here. Karen says the only reason Farron is still there. Oh, it's because she told Madame Giry, like all her. Yes. Right? She's saying it's all
correct.
Kelly. So yeah. Kelly says that to her. I used initials and it's confusing and I don't know what I was doing. So, okay. So
at this point, I'm starting to feel like the whole Kelly Karen thing doesn't even matter. Like, I don't know why I was so stuck on it. Like, I'm starting to be like, I don't think this is like any part of the story. I don't know why I was spending so much time on the whole confusion because what.
Right. Where's it going to,
I'm starting to unfold to where I'm like,
yeah. Unless like Karen Kelly was A or something, like that. But I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah. So we have Mouse at the lockers with Ash, and I just have to show you, and also hopefully this will be on YouTube. Her shirt, see it, is so 80s to me, and I swear my sister had a version of that shirt, and I wore it too because I had all the hand-me-downs. It's striped, it's light blue, it has like pink and stuff, and I tried to look for it on Shop Your TV, not because I want to buy it, I just really want to know what the shirt is, and then I tagged an Instagram page called Malia Piles, because that's her name, Malia Piles Closet. And they liked that I tagged them or whatever. I didn't realize though I don't follow them. So now I follow them. But I said, hey, do you know where this comes from? Because like Malia's, they literally show like all these outfits she wears in the show. And she's like, or he, I don't know who it is, said, I cannot find that shirt. So I texted Erica because Erica worked on her makeup but she didn't get back to me. I was like, hey, I have a question. Do you know? And I sent her the picture with the shirt. I was like, do you know who makes this shirt? She hasn't got back to me. She's probably like, leave me alone. Okay.
She's like, listen, I did the interview. We're friends, but like, let's move on.
It's over. Our relationship.
I'm moving. I'm thinking about the new show that I'm on.
She's like, I'm not. Let it go. No. So Ash asks her to go bowling. And he calls it a date. And I said, ooh. Now we're at Noah. The track coach wants to talk to her, offers her Sandy's spot because Sandy fractured her foot. Like I don't know the way the coach said it was just like, good news. Sandy fractured.
Yeah.
You're in. I'm like spitting. I don't know
between the ballet drama and the track, I'm like flip flop. Who's doing what and where and what?
It's very, very
how many parts
serious. And
one day you're dancing the swan, next year in the background you're a tree. Like what like.
Also, like there's not enough spots on the track team. I mean, in my school, whoever wanted to be on track could be on track. There was really no.
You could you weren't cut from the track team.
No,
you might have sat, but like.
No, you like because everybody had their certain events. Like clearly, if you couldn't
Mhm.
sprint,
Mhm.
you didn't, and then you did
Correct.
shot put or something. I mean, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. So she says no. She's too busy at home.
Mhm. Yeah.
We go to Corey, who is Farron's mother. She works in a terrible cubicle for being like a lawyer. I mean, I don't know what's going on. That is from like 1990s, but like still, I just
Like
feel
she looks
like,
like she's about to make some like telemarketer calls or
yeah, it's
something.
bad. It's bad. It's bad.
I thought she
But
was in some like political office at like the
yeah, it looked like
last,
that
I
type
don't
of
know,
thing.
maybe,
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
I
know.
know,
We've
again,
moved
they
on.
do everything on purpose.
I
I'm
know.
sure they made it look like
I
that on
know.
purpose. It's just funny. I think there's like sneaky little jokes in there.
Yeah.
So she gets a bloodied like tattoo needle basically in a box with a note that says, some scars you see, some you don't, but they all hurt. I was like, that's a
Mm.
good line. So then we flash back to Corey and Angela, because Corey was not very nice to Angela as well. Tricks her into getting a freaking tattoo. You have to be
Mhm.
18. I don't know how old they were. And of course,
Correct.
what's driving me nuts is that tattoo guy never wipes the blood off of Angela's arm. It just sits there. He's like, you got to put
Mhm.
Vaseline on it. And
Yeah.
you just see the blood. Like, that's just wipe it. They're usually
Right.
constantly I'm sorry. I know it drove me a little
Yeah,
nuts. And
this
then
is like, this is 1999. It's like in a back alley tattoo parlor
well, but it
from the
was,
outside.
but
They're
wipe the
underage,
blood.
clearly.
I know, but,
But yeah.
and then also you
Yeah.
didn't notice your
Give
friend
the girl a
left.
napkin, will you?
But you didn't
What?
notice your friend left. Like she was gone,
Right.
but didn't notice.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, I get
Yeah.
like the actress who plays Angela. You just want to like hug her. Like you just feel so bad for her,
Oh my,
right?
it's like what they're doing. What torture?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
terrible. All right. We have Farron and Henry. He wasn't sure. He's like questioning her about dancing. He's like, I didn't even think you liked to
Mm,
dance, and asks what happened to her back. And she goes into that
mm,
she had corrective surgery for scoliosis. He's like, why so young? I mean, absolutely ridiculous. 8 years old, I think, or something.
hmm.
Um,
That's unheard of.
asks if her back hurts. She says nothing she can't handle. And like the next day, her mom's coming into town. Then we go to Crazy Joe and Tabajan are at the train yard, and Joe was
This was
there.
great.
Yeah, Joe
Hmm.
was there. He was a great actor too. Joe makes sure
Hmm.
that no one burns down the derelict cars. Okay, I wrote
Hmm.
WTH. I looked it up. I was like, are there really people who have to monitor the derelict cars? No, I couldn't find any. I googled it, couldn't find anything. I don't think it exists. So I think Joe is crazy. I think he really just is homeless and lives there and pretends like whatever. I'm not gonna go. I shouldn't go into that because that's not really a part of the story. But I'm just thinking. Okay, find out. He was in love with Angela. The girls took her away from him.
Yes.
He says she killed
Yes.
herself because she couldn't keep up with them. Says her mother, Rose, snapped and went to the school with a knife and tried to stab multiple students. A teacher stopped her, and she was sent to Radley Sanitarium in Rosewood, which is the original Pretty Little Liars location.
Right.
And
Can we just talk about Imogen's coat? Because I was obsessed with it a little bit.
was this the bright one?
Like yellow, like
So you
plaid.
like that one?
I was like, I do like it a lot.
You
Oh
liked
my
that
gosh, she looked
one.
like a little present.
I know
I
she
just loved
did.
it.
I know she's looking very cutesy. And I was thinking of her coat last
Hmm.
episode when I was talking about her clothes, that she wears like brighter clothes, because I forgot
I
that it was
started
in the fall.
following her on Instagram
Bailey?
and
Yeah.
TikTok. Bailey Madison.
Bailey
Loving
Madison's.
her TikToks.
Oh, really? I've never
Yeah,
been
got her
on
on the
TikTok
TikTok
lately.
now that you got
Okay.
me onto
Oh, now I
that.
got you
Thanks
addicted
for
to it.
that.
Sorry.
Hmm.
I follow Bailey Madison as well as Bailey Madison. I don't know if there's an S there or not. So I don't know if it's Bailey Madison World or Bailey Madison's World, because they followed me when I
Oh,
posted about my interview with Erica. I got a lot of new
yeah.
friends. People, Instagram pages or whatever they are,
Hmm.
Instagram accounts, actually stole my pictures. They were actually Erica's
Great.
pictures. I mean, like not stole, but they actually took them and put them on their. I don't know how they made them look so good. Like I have no idea how you do that.
Hmm.
I was like,
Hmm.
damn. And a few accounts tagged me and gave me the credit for the photo.
Okay.
But then I found one on like Pretty Little Liars Argentina. They did not.
Mm.
So I
Hmm.
wrote in Spanish because I can speak it.
Yep.
That because they
Yep.
were like, oh, Melia, blah blah blah, whatever they said about her on the set or something. And I wrote, that is I was like, that woman is her makeup artist. photographed, and I tagged her, and I wrote that in Spanish. I was like, you motherfucker. I mean, they're actually Erica's pictures from her phone.
Yeah,
personal.
like back off. I
Oh
have
yeah,
I have
and if
one of my 93 followers on Instagram is Joey McIntyre, and I was all pumped, and I
it was a
looked and I was
fake.
like, "There's no check mark. Who is this?"
Yeah, that happened to me
It's
on
awful.
TikTok. There's like John Mayer _1 or something, and I was like, no, I know you're not the real one. Come on now. No. Oh, Bailey Madison. If you look at her more recent, I think, Instagram post, you like flip through, and she has the blood on her face, and then she has a little video of somebody spraying her. It's Erica.
Oh,
It's
cool.
Erica. Yeah, I don't think she tagged her. No. Yeah. Okay. So we're digressing here. So yes, the coat was adorable. So, whoa, where did I go? Oh, here
So
I am.
after that, they leave the creepy train thing.
Yes, they leave the train. I'm Kelly and Greg. They're on the stage. It's like dark. I know. Like talking about Tabby punching Tyler, and Greg's like, he must be embarrassed because he hasn't been to school. I'm like, and you haven't heard from him
Like
because he's
nobody
dead.
said like, right, and nobody's like the parents. There's no like
Nothing.
There's
nothing in school. No rumors.
No rumors are going around about him.
No rumors.
Just subtle. There's very subtle things
just
like,
like
oh, he
he
for
must be
school.
embarrassed. The parents are like, yeah, he must have just stayed at the party for 4 days or whatever it is, 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days,
until his nose heals.
It's so stupid. I know. I was like, whatever. Blah 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 blah. Basically, Kelly's like, we just kissed or whatever because we both miss Karen, right?
Like
he's like, I know. He's like, maybe I always really wanted you, and then they start making out, but it's like weird, and she's like, get off me, and then I know it's gross. And then if you want a chance in hell with me, you better be a black swan with flowers. And then A is in the background.
Yeah. Hey, just hanging out here, waiting, just cheering you on. So gross.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so funny.
I know.
Every time I think of you, oh my gosh, she's right. Laughing right now.
Then we have Noah and Sean. I don't know why. Sean bugs me too. I don't know what it is about him. Sean asks about the spot on the team. She's like, no, I have to be here for my mom. Then we go to Mouse. Yeah. Steve is calling her again. She's like, you know the rules, one encounter. Just to give you one more memory with Rachel. He says he understands. He hangs up. He is so creepy. Oh my God. Then we go to Noah. She asks the nurse if maybe she can help her mom get her job back at the hospital. Then we're with the girls.
The nurse
library.
Just shares like personal information about what she heard, and she's got a friend there. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. They were desperate for nurses. So the girls in the library. All I thought of there, I think it's the library. I don't know. It's like it looks like a lounge, but I think it's supposed to be the library because there's bookshelves. I just
study
thought
hall, library.
Immediately how dirty that couch is. And then at one point I froze the screen. I paused, not froze it, because I had to catch up on something, notes. And Noah is sitting up on it with her sneakers up on the couch. And I was like,
oh, really?
Oh my God. Yeah. That whole thing really bothered me. Okay. So then we have Imogen telling them about Crazy Joe, confirms A is torturing them because of something their moms did to Angela. And then she keeps bringing up they're
getting closer.
They're getting close. She keeps saying that. They kept saying that in the Facebook group. They're like, don't you feel like Imogen says that every time?
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah. I know we're getting closer. And everyone's like, I have no clue. Like the more I hear, I have no clue. Let's see. Oh, she wants to take a road trip to Radley because now it's do they know yet it's a hotel? But we know it's a hotel. We know it's a hotel.
Yes, because they talk about but they talk about it. Her having cash, spa time, etc., like a night away or time away or whatever.
Can she pay for the house though? Like we never hear that, right?
Well, we have all this cash. Like let's forget about the mortgage. Let's just go into foreclosure and let's focus on, because I'm not there again. I'm back at what's her name's house? Tabby's house. So we're all good.
Yeah. I know. I'm like,
they haven't been at the creepy house.
No, they haven't gone to the
So we're gonna use the cash to go down to the spa
hotel.
The
So
Radliff, whatever it's called.
Radley in Rosewood. Yeah.
Radley,
So Tabby,
whatever.
by the way, and this again, I really didn't catch till the second time around. Tabby's like, I can get my boss's car. Is she talking about Wes? Is she talking
Yeah.
about Wes
Oh
then?
yeah,
So she's
I
going to
knew it.
borrow his
Yes.
car.
Yes.
By the way, so they can drive. Mouse is 15. So obviously they can drive though.
Yeah.
Because we were saying how they don't drive.
Right.
I said it's really confusing. No one can go, of course, except Tabby with her. No one else. So when Mouse says she has a date with Ash. Okay, I had to. Okay, so Noah said again. I watched this, with subtitles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Noah says, and I'm really glad I do because. All right, where am I? I need MASH to be canon. I was like, what the F is she talking about? So
who said that?
Noah. Because they get when Ash, oh my God, Mouse tells them she's going on a date. That's when they're like,
so Mouse and Ash mash.
Yes, so I did get that. I figured that one out. She's calling them MASH, because we have Bennifer, Tabagen, rules,
right? The whole thing,
everything, right?
Yeah.
What the hell does to be canon mean? So I looked it up. It means basically like to be legit. But it's like a weird way of saying it, like to make them legit, like a legit couple. But it's like
too legit to quit.
Yeah, but it was like a roundabout way of trying to figure out what it means, and I guess they use it on TikTok. I was like, stop with these.
We're so old.
But the writers are old too. I'm sorry, but they are. They're older than us, I'm pretty sure. And like what?
But they have younger kids, probably. They're just
so they're probably. I don't know, but
they need us. They listen after.
I have what does
to
canon
that last
mean
podcast. I mean, I want to work behind the scenes, so sign me up.
Sounds awesome. And by the way, too, Tabby references and calls Ash a young Cole Sprouse. So I'm like, wait, is Cole Sprouse another person from the original Pretty Little Liars? Like, I got all confused, but no, that wouldn't make sense. So I looked up Cole Sprouse. Cole Sprouse is really cute, and Ash does sort of look like him. He was Cody Martin on the Disney Channel series The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I kind of remember that. I mean, I'm way too old for this stuff, but he's a kid.
Yes, and speaking of Disney, Devin and I, my youngest, we were watching Zombies 3, and all of a sudden I saw Tabby dancing in the movie. Like she's one of like the main characters. Willa, I think is the name. And I go, wait. Like when you see something, you're like, wait, is that? So I'm like, I'm like on the side, like trying to show him I'm not on my phone, like, but I had to know. And I was like, that's her.
Oh, because I didn't.
It's Tabby.
Oh boy,
she was in, and she was really good.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I didn't
think it came out that long ago. I don't know. Zombies 3. I don't know, but I'm sure these. Anyway, she played a pretty main role, and she was singing and dancing and looking great.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, all choreographed and whatnot. It's because it's like a musical. It's one of those Disney musicals. Zombie 3. Check it out with Donovan. He'll probably love it.
He might have seen. Was there obviously a Zombies 1
like
and
it.
2?
1 and 2. Yeah, he might like it.
Because he was very into those type of shows and movies and cartoons a while back. So I wonder if he saw like the first 1 or 2.
I love when I see actors.
Yeah, it's cool, especially when you're actually watching the show right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, so their jackpot would be if they could go talk to Rose Waters. Anyway, Noah tells her mom that the nurse basically said she can get her job back if she goes to rehab for 30 days, and mom is in agreement at the moment. Farron dances for the ABT woman and the woman asks her why she favors her left side, and Kelly's just like blurting stuff out. Mm-hmm. Kelly says she has scoliosis and a scar, and then the woman's more impressed.
I love this part.
I know, it was the best. I was like, duh, Kelly.
What's the slap?
That was pointless
for those who
watch
that show with us.
Gilded Age.
But I love that. I was like, yes.
Burn. All right, so now we have Tabagen. They're singing ironic in the car, blah blah blah. They arrive at Radley.
I was singing during this scene.
Yes, it's a good song.
I was singing with them.
You have to tell all our millions of listeners about the Radley.
The Radley the other day. I was literally there 4 days ago, I think.
Text me that picture because that'll be the episode picture for my post. Yeah. Or at least one of them.
As soon as it came out, I was like, oh,
I was
It was just
wondering
there.
because it kind of looked familiar. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I know the outside of that. I'm pretty sure the inside didn't, because I thought the inside wasn't the same, was it?
So I will tell you.
So
So the
wait, we didn't say where it
inside,
was. We didn't say where it
sorry, go
was.
ahead.
No, you tell
Oh,
me.
it's Mirabeau Spa in Rhinebeck, New York, and Mirabeau also has spas out in Skaneateles, New York. They have some out in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They're opening one in
Albany.
Beacon,
There's one in
Albany. They
Albany
have
too,
one.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so the majority of them are spa and hotels that you can stay, and they're beautiful and they're wonderful. The food, the menu, the amenities, it's great. Anyway, my husband and I went there for our 15th anniversary overnight. So it was so funny that we stayed overnight there. And
Yeah.
the day I got back or the day after, I was like, wait a second. And I spotted it in there. So I texted Jackie.
I was like, oh my God.
And it was crazy. So when they went in and did the scene where they talked to the
Guy.
the clerk or however you want to, what you want to call them at the front desk, that front desk isn't the hotel front desk. They took there's two entrances. There's the hotel and then there's the spa. They took the spa entrance.
Oh, that was the spa entrance.
Put that that table that was next to there with the cucumber water. That is their signature thing. That spas, a lot of spas have that, but that is a thing at Mirabeau, is to have like the cucumber water. So they put the table there, and behind, like, they had like curtains and stuff covering like the fitness room, because to the other side is like the locker rooms, and they have like a little boutique. So they made the spa side like the hotel lobby. And with the big staircase, that staircase goes up to the
Oh,
rooms and
cool.
stuff. It's beautiful.
Because I was
They
wondering if
did
any of the interior was actually at the hotel
no,
or the stage.
that is the only interior that. So when they went into the rooms, I was like, oh, I don't know where they shot this. Maybe they shot it in a Victorian home in Rhinebeck.
No,
I'm imagining.
No, it was the stage. Because she said like
Or the
all
stage.
the
Okay.
interiors. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Because that's not the spa. That's not the
I didn't
hotel
think so.
rooms at all.
I didn't
But
think so.
but it was, they have white. You do get obviously you get a white robe, not a black robe, and all of that. But it's not Victorian at all. It's more French modern, I would call
Okay.
it. But
Cool. That's so
but
cool.
really cool.
Because
I
you
was
were
like,
just
oh,
there.
I was there.
It's weird. Synchronicity.
Just there.
I
I smell a spa day in our future. You and I, we'll have to go on
field trip.
location. It's
Another field
thing.
trip. Oh, I also found out where most of them were staying. They were staying in Woodstock at this, I forgot the name of it. It was so weird because, well, basically it's back. I'm not going to bore the listeners, but basically it's in town. I'll tell you about it offline. It's a newer hotel. They all have, it's not even a hotel. They all have like cabins. They're very modern and very beautiful.
It's
and
not
they're
owned.
backed
Is
by
it
a
owned
waterfall.
by? Oh, I think we'll talk offline about it. I think I know about
So
this.
they
a little
stayed
bit.
there. They were there. Like Bailey was there. Bailey follows too. I can't remember the name of it because I think it's called Inside Upstate, something like Inside Upstate New York. I follow them on Instagram. They follow me too. And they feature different, places, businesses, hotels, everything, restaurants. And they featured this place. I happened to scroll today and I was like, oh, that's the place they stayed at. And so I was like, let me follow that place, and cannot remember the name of it. And Bailey Madison follows them, follows the hotel.
So that's definitely where they stayed.
Yeah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. They arrive at the Radley, aka Mirbeau. The guy says Eddie Lamb has worked there for years. Oh, because right, that's to talk to him or something. So Eddie Lamb was a character on the original Pretty Little Liars. He was a nurse at the Radley Sanitarium until he suddenly quit and left Rosewood, later returning and getting a job as the maintenance manager at the Radley Hotel. Now, what's really funny, the guy who played him on Pretty Little Liars is a lot younger, a lot. And they were like, why did they make him so much older? I don't know what his name is. I don't know if you can even see. He's right here. I don't know if you can see him.
I can't really, barely, but yeah.
But basically, he's a lot younger.
Yeah.
And not the same actor. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird. Okay. So now we're with Marge. Oh, they're asking about Eddie Lamb, and I think they said he's not going to be on. The guy says he's not going to be there till tomorrow, like the next day. So they decide to stay.
Yes,
cash,
and they basically are like, "We have cash. Does that work?" And then you see him doing the whole hotel thing.
Yes,
eating strawberries in bed. The whole
nine. So now we have Marjorie, who I'm also sorry, can't stand. She's at her apartment, and Sean comes and says basically like, stop hurting your daughter's life, and says like, I know the truth about you, and blah, blah, blah. Then we go to Farron. Of course, she's at the pizza place with her parents. The mom mentions plastic surgery for her scar. Farron is interested at this point. She says, I wrote, I'm not sure I'd go to a plastic surgeon in that town. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Probably not.
Because apparently there's a plastic surgeon right in town, next to the pizza place. Maybe. I don't know.
By the tattoo artist. I mean,
Right.
they probably share
Maybe
the same
it's the
suite.
same, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo artist might dabble in the plastic surgery. I don't know. But mom already made her an appointment for the next day. Because, like, who the heck in Millwood is getting plastic surgery?
I mean, I can't get my kid into the doctor for 6 months, but not here.
They got into the plastic surgeon. Ash and Mash. Now we got Mash. They are bowling in Sorgady's, just to let everybody know. Even though they didn't call it that. Yeah, and you had said that you saw the cars there and everything, and I remember I was like,
yeah,
there you go. Shortly after you told me that,
I should have knocked on those trailers and been like, "Hey, I'm available."
I just got some wine. Can I drink some wine?
I just picked up
on the set.
A couple bottles of wine from
Does
the liquor store here, but you know,
yeah,
fresh up a long work week here. You need somebody to bowl for a while.
Bowl. Yeah.
I have my own bowling shoes. I have my own jacket from when I won a championship back when I was like 8 years old. Milshire Lane, shout out. Kenmore, New York.
Okay. Steve shows up at the bowling alley.
Of course he
Mouse
does.
says to leave her alone. She said, I wanted to help comfort you. And then Ash walks up and Steve says he's her dad, which was, the whole thing was like, bleh.
So creepy.
We're seeing a lot of Mouse, though, in this episode and the next one. And that's when I think I started to really like her character. I don't know. I just find her really interesting, I guess, is the whole thing.
Very intriguing.
Because there's a lot of mystery.
Yeah.
They really are such good actresses. Really.
Great, great cast. Yeah.
Even though I know
I could do without the guy, Wes. I'm all set.
Oh, God,
But other than that, I'm happy with the casting.
Just like, I mean...
it's not even the people, it's the character.
It's sometimes the character. Yeah. Even though we did say that one episode when Imogen was crying about her mom and getting upset, I just felt, I don't know, I don't know, and we weren't feeling the chemistry with the girls either, and it took me a little while too to like warm up. Now you're like, I feel like they're grooving now by this episode.
They're grooving. 6. You could tell that. I would agree, because early on I was like, kind of like, I don't.
You don't feel,
and the more into it, I'm like, I can't stop like thinking about the next episode, and I'm trying not to watch it till we talk, because then I get confused.
Yes, it hits stride like in these two,
and it picks up. Now it's picking up.
Yes,
so that's
finally
fun.
We're like starting to get a little bit of answers, I guess, or at least it feels like we are. We go to Tabby. Tabby decides she wants to go out to a bookstore called Ezra's Books, which is another reference to the original Pretty Little Liars. Yes. And we know, too, Ezra's Books is really Rough Draft in Kingston, New York. And it really looks like that inside. I didn't realize that.
It does. It does. But when they did...
There's one part probably
one of the scenes, it wasn't the inside of Rough Draft.
Yeah. I think when the guy comes up to her, maybe.
Yeah, but like, the other part was... It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
People should look it up. It's a neat... And it's such a cool... It's like bookstore meets coffee shop and brewery. It's like a neat little... Or bar, yeah, but it's more like the side of the brewery.
I might have been there once.
Cocktails.
I feel like
it's
I was
really
there
cool
once, and I don't know why only once. Maybe it was during a time when like I was like close. How long have they been there?
Yeah, I went with family. I took my sister and my brother there, and they of course loved it. My sister like bought a book while we're drinking.
Yeah.
Lattes or something, and cocktails on one side and cheese and whatever on the it's kind of a neat vibe, and it's like in an old stone,
it's
like
a beautiful
turn of the
building,
century,
right?
let's call it that. Yeah, it's like
beautiful
cool
building.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's like Civil War building.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a couple like those Four Corners in Kingston, if anybody's like a history buff.
Yeah, there's even a historic sign that you see behind her when she's outside of the bar.
Yeah, it's really neat.
All right. Noah gets home and her mom is pissed, even though she shouldn't be. And she's like,
No.
you lied to me. You lied to me. And oh yeah, and another scene, I think the scene previously, I just have to say, her mom's like, no esita. And I'm like, okay, you did not have that accent when you were a teenager. It grinds me.
Right, and now you do.
Now you do. So
Maybe it's the medication. It's the painkillers. I don't know.
yeah. All right. I don't know where I am. Okay. Yeah. Mom's mad at her. She's like, I'm not going to rehab. I got a job at
Yeah,
Pinball
I'm just
Pizza.
fine. And
She got a job at Pinball
I'm
Pizza.
taking care of myself, and I got
I
a
know.
job at pinball. Like,
yeah.
you're on your
She's
own, kid.
obviously our least favorite character.
Yeah.
Well, the sheriff is.
I'm starting to really
Sheriff is
not
worse, but I'm not
care
entirely
about the
agree.
moms at this point. I'm really
No.
not
Oh
loving
yeah,
the
all
moms.
the moms. Tabby.
I'm loving Tabby's mom's look.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, but like the vibe I'm getting from all the moms, I'm like,
They were nasty and they're still not really nice or something, right? I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know.
So Tabby, a guy asks her for coffee. He's from Rosewood. He's got a Rosewood leather jacket on, just so we all know.
Yeah.
And she goes into like a daydream, and she pictures the worst of him, like coming onto her, and attacking her.
I think I jumped.
You jumped.
I think I kind of jumped at this, and I was like, "Oh, this can't be real. This is a daydream." She does this a couple times.
Yeah, I was like, "This is
6 and 7.
She has these weird psychotic episodes.
I think
that's what they were calling it
a few times.
Yeah, on Facebook.
I didn't have to cover the screen like last time, but
good. So. Yeah. We had. So she says no to the coffee because she's like starts picturing everything.
Yeah.
I was jealous of that evening out. Like I would have not getting hit on and imagining the worst, but like going out alone to a bookstore / brewery / coffee shop and just chilling out by myself.
I've done like, have you ever gone out by yourself for like lunch or dinner and just sat at a table by yourself or some?
No.
I've done it before and I actually love it in a weird way.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I've also never,
and just sitting there, or like, I've done like conferences where I'm by myself and I'll like on purpose go somewhere away from the venue and sit by myself and just collect my thoughts and not look at my phone or anything else, but just be. And
I don't get those opportunities, I feel like, anymore. Back when I was single, and also I would travel for work and I would be alone, maybe. Like I'm trying to remember doing stuff like that. But no.
Listen, anytime we have a chance to be alone, we're like, okay, are you ready to go out for dinner?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So
like
yeah, I mean, I would pick going out to dinner with Diana over going by myself. So
yes.
Aww. Okay. So we're back to Imogen. She's in the hallway, like at a vending machine or something. Was she at a vending machine? They would not have a vending machine there.
They don't.
No, and no.
I think you have to like ask. You have to call for ice. Like they don't even have like. There's no. This isn't the Holiday Inn down the hall. You got the Coca-Cola and the Cheez-Its at 2 a.m. Like it's not happening. You have to like call for ice.
Not even the cheesy hotels have that. Okay, so Imogen sees a housekeeper and is like, "Do you know Eddie Lamb?" And it was so weird the way she looked and the music they played. I was like, "Is she A? Like the housekeeper A? Like I don't like what's going on? Why are they making?
Is that A? Right? Is that
are they making her look scary?
What is going on?
I was like, she was like,
yeah.
She smiled at her weird. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
And she's working at like a bougie hotel. So
yeah. Kelly is on the stage. Someone dressed as Henry's part. Someone tries to kill her and basically is asking if she's Karen. And she's like, I'm Kelly, I'm Kelly, I'm Kelly, I'm Kelly. So
that
there
was
we go.
intense.
Tabijin, they're back at the room. Imogen lets her know she spoke to Eddie. They're meeting him for breakfast tomorrow. And he happens to have an old visitor's log because he totally stole it, which I think is probably illegal.
And where they meet is actually in the Willow, Charlie Parker Willow restaurant.
Oh, cool.
Yep, eating there for breakfast. Oh, no, I had lunch there. I've had dinner there.
Excuse me.
No, brunch, I guess you would say. Or Linner.
I like that.
But the menu there is amazing. But I was looking at the food. I was like, wait, did they make that?
I was staring at the food too. I think they
because I know the menu.
They had like chocolate milk and like a almost
I'm
wine
sure
glass.
they do, but
like a sundae. I was like, I don't know what's going on that table. All right,
Yeah.
so now we're back to Farron. We didn't go to breakfast yet, but whatever. Farron
I'm
comes
hungry.
out from the doctor. I know, me too. Comes out from the doctor. It's too many surgeries. It would be grueling. There'd be acute pain. Mom wants her to have it. Like, oh my God.
Just do it. We really got to get
And
to the bottom of this.
yeah, and she's like, "You're beautiful, but the scar, and like, it's terrible." And then she asks her mom if the surgery was necessary, and her mom says yes. The doctor said it
Mm-hmm.
couldn't wait. Now we're back with Tabagen. Eddie tells them Rose was visited by the 5 moms. This is when they're eating their brunch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
References Riverdale, which is another show. And I was like, okay. Now my husband actually did watch that because I think it did come on
Mm-hmm.
HBO. And it was like Archie's comics. The characters were like, there was Veronica and Archie. It was like all that. But then it was also like a horror, I think, undertone. So I looked it up. I'm like, what's the connection? Why is there a connection? It says that Riverdale creator Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, this is before this obviously, is already
Mm-hmm.
filling up his docket with future projects. In fact, he only just co-created HBO Max's Pretty Little Liars Original Sin. So he is a co-creator of this and I guess created Riverdale. So that's why they reference Riverdale. Eddie says the mom had like a psychotic break after no, before Angela killed herself. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. I don't know. Basically, the mom went nuts and then had like 2 different diagnoses, right? Oh, and then this didn't make
Yeah.
sense. It said that mom, according to Rose, Angela got raped right before she killed herself. And I'm like, mom wouldn't know that 'cause she killed herself. So what do you mean
Right.
right before? I don't know. So that I thought was
Mm-hmm.
confusing. Then then we go to
And
Farron.
just all this information being spewed, it was a lot to process. And
Yeah.
then I was like, but then when they got to the you're gonna talk about the
Visitor's
book,
log.
so
Yeah.
I went, yeah,
So we go back to Farron. She gets a text from
yeah.
A. Basically, there's medical records in her locker. Like, who the heck
Mm-hmm.
got a hold
Of
of
course.
those? She
Mm-hmm.
didn't need that surgery so young at
Mm-hmm.
all. It was totally
Mm-hmm.
voluntary and terrible. And they
And
they
actually, they
even
recommended her not to have it,
yeah, and no
right?
doctor should have done that. Sorry. So then Madame Giry tells her after that, Madame Giry tells her that Kelly has dropped out of Swan Lake and
Again,
offers her part back to her. I know.
I
Offers
can't keep track of this cast. I
no.
hope it's a fluid document.
Yeah.
I hope they haven't printed out the flyers,
like a no, I hope not
like all
either.
kinds of whiteout and stickers over
Yeah.
names, parts. Just draw a line and then back again.
So she offers her costume alterations for her back, and Farron doesn't want any. So good for
That's
her.
right.
Noah
Boom.
and Sean, he apologizes to her. They're like hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
having like a dinner. I don't know what's going on. I
Mm,
guess because her mom's at the pizza place. He apologized to
probably.
her about talking to her mom. Noah says it doesn't matter because if she wanted to get better, she would. Then we have Henry and Farron. He congratulates her. Oh, forgetting the part, I guess. Asks him for a favor. She would like a new picture for her. It's not their bio. I forgot what
Mm.
they're calling it. Normally that goes in the
It's like a
program.
biopic or something for the
Yeah.
program. And yeah, but here
Yeah,
they
but they
put
were
it in
like
like the little box
displaying it
thing.
like in the trophy case.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Um
loved it.
yeah. Then we have Tabagen. There are 6 signatures they realize. I think they're looking at the pic. Is this
Mm.
when they're looking at the
Hmm.
pictures that Tabby took of the visitor log? Right. Mystery
Yes.
person. Then they mention the rape. Imogen tells Tabby that she was raped too back in March after Karen's party at the beach. I wrote, what beach is in Millwood? I mean, Pennsylvania, is it landlocked or am I wrong? Like,
Yeah.
what is this beach?
Now there's some there the woods lead to a beach. Did they film this down in Kingston Point or something? Where did they film this?
Oh, I should have asked her that. That's
I,
a, I don't
mean, I
know. I didn't even
imagine.
think
I
about
mean,
it.
there are the Sardi's beach. I mean, either way, good luck. I
Oh,
don't really know that that's
Sardines
really
Beach. Yuck. I don't know about that.
Didn't you learn to swim down there? We talked
Mhm.
about
We talked
that.
about that with the
It
hubcap.
looked like it could have been Kingston Point or something, or maybe they brought
I gotta
sand
ask her.
into
I
some.
totally forgot to ask. Or did they like drive out to Long Island Sound or something like
Something.
Montauk.
Oh,
Hey,
probably for the
let's
date.
get
You know, guys,
'cause
you need a vacation.
to me, it looked
We're
more
gonna film this
beautiful
scene.
than Sorgady's or Kingston Point, but
Yeah.
movie
Like
magic.
more authentic of a beach,
Yeah.
like ocean,
So I
not a
was like,
river with sand.
I don't know
And
what beach this is here.
what do you
Millwood
call
Beach.
those cowtails or whatever
Oh yeah, I know what
latches onto you?
not cat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, cat. No,
Cattails?
I'm not gonna get stuck on it.
I'm like cowtails.
I think it's cat. They look like
Don't know
hot
what they're
dogs,
called.
kind of though.
They're
Okay.
really they stink. Really annoying.
Wait, so this
But
is
yeah,
the night.
they're, you know, woods, beach, fog,
Yeah,
you
fog,
know, yeah,
leather
it's
jacket
quite
in the
the
summer.
I mhm.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, that was the night she got pregnant. Tabby asks if she thinks it's the same guy, and she says maybe. Imogen
Right,
feels
but
like
are
they're
we gonna,
getting
like
closer.
they're getting closer, so I imagine we're gonna start to have more flashbacks. Are you getting, like, that vibe that, like, we're gonna start to, like,
That it's
things are
moving a
gonna
little bit.
trigger things are gonna trigger flashbacks, and we're gonna figure out who raped who and what, and
Yes, maybe.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I would hope so. I don't know why neither one of them
Yeah.
can remember what's going on. By the way, what time's checkout? They're like chilling out. It looked like it's nighttime. She's like, I
Listen,
think I'm ready to go home. I'm like, yo, biatch, you need to get out of the hotel.
do
Usually
you
by
know
10.
what?
What time is checkout?
No, guess what? Mirabeau's checkout, this is the best
What?
part, noon.
Ooh. Well, it definitely looked
Legit
later than noon.
12 o'clock.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
12 o'clock. Check-in's 4 and check-out is noon.
That's nice.
You get those blackout curtains, you are sleeping in, girl. I'm
Maybe
telling
they had
you,
the
room
blackout
service, get
curtains
the
going.
coffee.
Yeah.
They probably did.
Is
And
it-
the room service, you got to get the coffee, the whole morning
Yeah.
thing. And
Cool.
yeah, checkout's 12. It's
Good to
awesome.
know.
Take
More
a fresh
and more,
steam.
I'm sold on this place.
Get in the whirlpool. Oh, we have to go together. It's so much fun.
Okay.
So relaxing.
Talk
Aqua
offline.
terrace. All right, that's a separate
All right.
conversation.
Okay, that's all I got. Marjorie, we see her outside of Pinball Pizza. She buys drugs
Back
from the
alley.
gross guy. Yeah.
This is like the back alley in Saugerties for sure.
I don't know if it is. No.
You think
I've
this
been
is
back there.
They built this set? Okay.
I think it's
Could've been
either a
Catskill.
set or Catskill. But that's not anywhere in Saugerties. I mean, no, it's not near the. No, I don't think so.
But you knew this was
Just
going to
asking.
happen.
Yeah.
All the tips going to
Yeah.
what's his name coming to
Yeah. So now we have Swan Lake. They're reading Farron's bio. Then Corey comes in, her mother, reads it and leaves and is so upset. And Farron's, we find out like what she wrote. And the picture is of her scar, her back. She wrote about the surgery that she didn't need. Farron wrote that tonight she dances for all girls who have been scarred inside and out. Mom gets in the car. She's very upset. We go to Noah. We see she tells Coach she can join track. And the coach is like,
yeah.
It's like It's like Coach Desjardins. She has like a very funky name, like of the garden. That's what that means, I think.
Yeah.
In French. Practices at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know about this for high school.
No high school practice
I'd be
is
like,
that early.
absolutely, because they're not going to get those kids there. They already have school so early. There's no way in heck. Who's driving them? And then they're not walking in the dark. That's not happening.
Yeah, even during the week, your high school practices are after school, and in the weekend it's the morning, but ain't 5:30 a.m. I mean, the sun ain't even out.
No, I don't know what's delusional school we got going here. Okay, Steve is
track
at
coach's day. That's my thought then, because she's got business to cover, and she's done at 5:30, and
yeah. Steve is there. It's like the freaking performance.
Of course he is.
Freaking Steve. Henry. Oh, I did notice more chemistry for some reason this time between Henry and Farron in this episode. I was feeling it a little more. I think his voice bothers me, I'll be honest. It's a little high-pitched, and I'm not really into that voice. Sorry, but that's my thing. That's why it bothers me. Okay. Henry kisses her good luck. I'm starting to see more chemistry. The performance was great. Farron's dad comes in upset. Her mom was in an accident. All right, now we are going to the next episode. Sorry. Next episode,
it's all good.
7, Carnival of Souls. All right, we got Elodie. She gets an invitation.
This was all designed on a set, right? Is that what
the Carnival
Erica said?
The Carnival
this was
in a set.
Awesome.
At Upriver Studios.
Beautiful.
Amazing,
This
right?
was a cool episode.
I saw,
Scary in some ways and freaky,
yeah,
but really cool.
really well done. Yeah. Um, she gets an invitation to go to the Hall of Mirrors. And then we have the flashback of Elodie. Basically,
Mm.
Elodie kisses Angela in the Hall of Mirrors. Davy walks
Mm-hmm.
in on it, and then Elodie says that Angela attacked her. Like, again, I felt
Thrown
so
under the
bad
bus again.
for this
Yeah,
girl.
awful.
Now we have Tabagen. The girls they're discussing
Every time you
telling.
say Tabagen.
It's so perfect. I don't have to waste my breath. Okay. Because it's so precious. The girls discuss telling the other girls about the rapes. Tabby talks about going to the police. Imogen tells
Mm-hmm.
her there's a female officer named Maroon, I believe, who was nice and understanding
Maroon.
when her mother
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
Tabby says maybe. Theron, her mom's in a wheelchair. She's blaming her daughter for the accident because she was her mom is just terrible. Her mom might be the worst one of all of them.
Yeah, she's awful.
I mean, Davy was
She
terrible
really is
to
awful.
Angela, but I think
Right. They were all
present
awful to
day,
Angela. It's,
yeah,
but
present
like she's just
Corey's just
completely self-centered and
like wants to hurt her daughter for
like
ballet.
whatever she's trying to prove.
Yeah.
It's
All right, so then we're in the cafeteria. Now I noticed this. The principal walks by the girls and looks at them. It's very sketch, right? And they all kind of look like Noah looks up at him and then like looks back.
I'm
and
telling you something about
something's
that
weird.
principal.
Something's weird.
I'm not.
It's the only time he was in this episode too. The girls are
he hasn't been around, but
No.
that's because he's busy getting that freaky costume on, I think.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Girls are trying to figure out why A is going after them and like why or something like that. And like, why isn't A going after her rapist? Like if she killed herself because she was raped, right? I think that's I didn't like take major notes on this. So Imogen asks Tabby about Wes. Like, what about Wes?
Yeah.
Like they're just basically trying to figure out who the heck is A. And Noah brings up the
I
sheriff.
can't believe they haven't talked about the principal. I mean, he has the medical records. He could be putting stuff in lockers.
True.
I mean, right?
True.
Like,
access
who else
to
would
all
know
the
where
stuff.
they live, what they're doing? Like,
access stuff at
somebody in the school, people. Come on. That's why you got us. We work in a school.
If
we would
anybody's
know.
listening to this, they already know the answer.
I know.
They're not listening.
Anyway. I'm
Anyway.
only up to 7. I haven't even watched 8. I know. I'm so boring. They're like, stop it. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, 8, 9, and 10, they all came out same day.
So 3 to go.
So, Noah brings up the sheriff, and she's like, what about him? He went to school with their moms and Angela. And Imogen's like, well, why would he kill his own daughter? And she's like, well, I don't know, but he has his demons. She brings up the encounter that Noah found the sheriff with the boy in the car.
Right.
And then Mouse brings up, well, why isn't Angela's dad? Like, what about Angela's dad? We don't even know who he is. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. Now we go to Farron.
Could Angela's dad be? Okay. Who? I'll keep these thoughts in my head. Keep going.
Well, you can say it. Because I like to hear how your brain is working. Because
I'm trying to think of how old I'm stuck on the principal again.
Oh, okay.
Because he dabbled into the episode a little bit, and he hasn't been around, but they did these weird things like with him and not. And is the principal old enough to be Angela's dad or brother? No, he's not that old. No, brother, really, because the moms are in their 40s, like us.
I think the moms are
they're basically
39,
like 40 or
40 because they graduated when you did 2000.
Yeah. All right, and he can't be he could be a brother, I guess, or a sibling. Okay. I don't a brother or sibling. Hello.
He could be a sibling.
I'm like, I was trying to say like a relative. I meant like brother or a relative or something. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Something about the principal and the nurse now. Now I'm getting on the nurse.
Oh boy. That
She's
nurse.
got all the HIPAA violations.
Yep.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay. Farron sees Madame Giry and she gives her Giselle for next. I think she says next semester. I don't know what Giselle. I did not look up the ballet. I didn't have time for that. So then Kelly quits completely. Ballet completely now. Farron goes to Kelly, and Kelly basically thinks that Farron got Henry to like try to kill her, which is crazy. And Farron is like, wait, did someone had a knife and blah, blah, blah. I was like trying to get details from her. But of course, Kelly's just like, I'm going to go to my dad. All right. So anyway, now we're in the lovely bathroom at school, which is really disgusting. And they go from like the gross library couch to the bathroom. I think they should hang out at the library. I don't know. So Farron tells them.
I don't know.
Yeah. Farron tells them about the whole Kelly thing. You know, not sure why he went after her. And they're like, well, Kelly's like a bully, just like her sister. I don't know. Noah says how nobody else, like they're all like, it's basically Noah's like, everyone else can have a normal life. Like we have to stress about this, and you know, everybody else can just go to the carnival and have fun. And Farron's like, I'm going. Henry bought us tickets.
Yeah.
Like, why would you have to buy tickets to this carnival of this town that's like super small?
Right.
Anyway, Noah
the carnival,
says
you go and you buy things at the carnival, like you pay to go on the, you know what I mean?
Well, you have to pay for the Dutchess County Fair, which I just went to, which is
That's true,
absolutely ridiculous.
Is the carnival at like,
as I'm saying, like, why would you have to buy tickets ahead of time or anything? Like, oh my god, we got tickets. It was going to be sold out.
You got to make a reservation.
It's going to be sold out. We made a reservation at Pinball Pizza. Guys, guess what? We're going to the carnival, and then we're going to. Guess where we're going for dinner? Pinball Pizza. Oh my god, you got a reservation? Anyway, okay. Okay. Noah says she's going too. She's like, F it, whatever. We're at health class with the nurse, and they all get infant simulators. Now, did you ever have to do this in high school?
No.
Do you know anybody who had to care for an egg? I know, like nobody care for the egg. Don't let the egg break.
No, this was like in like the 70s, 60s. I don't know. By the 90s, they were like, you know what? Just here's a condom. I don't know.
Yeah,
like they didn't really.
I think if
do this part of
you went and sent home the simulated baby with my son, like I'd be like, get out. That's not happening.
Right.
Like I am not going to take care of this plastic thing. That's. I was
laughing.
Like, well, yeah. It's funny, but like,
didn't they do this in Saved by the Bell too? Like they do it in all these like shows. Like it's like, oh, you have to be a mom and a dad.
Yeah. Oh my god. So Chip asks. Yes. Chip asks Imogen to pair up.
That was weird. Yeah. Initially, that was weird. He started, and now this episode, I'm like, what is going on?
You're making me cute kid though. He's a cute.
He's so cute, but you're getting creepy. Why?
I know. All right. So now we're at film class, and they get to create a short film on an important event in their life. And you can see Tabby thinking, right?
The wheels are going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Ash asks I can't talk. Ash asks Mouse to go to the carnival. Mouse is basically saying she can't. They usually go away, but she said that Mouse almost got abducted from the carnival. So usually the moms go out of town. Now we have Noah. Noah's not doing so well at track practice, okay? And the coach is going to set her up with a trainer. By the way, I loved this. There's a Millwood High water bottle. I was like, whoa. I did not see the first time around. I froze it. I paused it. Those are nice. Like, nice touch. Like, obviously, Set or whoever made those. Like, nice now I want bottle. One. It reminds me of Onteora School District because we have all red and black. Yeah. Red, black, and white, basically. Or the same colors as them. It's kind of funny. And we have water bottles, not as sleek as this, but we have red ones for our teachers association, which I use like every day. So I just thought that was cool. Okay, now we have Farron dancing with Henry. She gets a twinge in her back. She's been dealing with the pain since surgery. If it gets too bad, she gets cortisone shots. Anyway, then we go to Tabby. She's at the Orpheum. Wes wants to use some movies for a movie-thon that depicts, like she was mentioning, savage rape scenes. She's honestly like, when she speaks movie talk and like the feminist stuff, I'm like, I agree with you, but I don't know what you just said. Like, I can't even take notes on what she says. She's she's too intellectual for me. I mean, I'm not making fun of her. I'm saying, like, I can't even.
No,
I agree, but I'm
at a different level.
Yeah. So she fantasizes stabbing Wes's hand with a pen.
Geez. Dude, this was hard. I was like, whoa, that caught me off guard. And I watched it. I was like, no.
Well, the blood spurted. I was like, what? And the blood spurting out was so fake, but Chip killed me. He was like, ah! like screaming. And I actually saw a picture of him doing that, I think, before I saw the episode. And I was like, what happens? Like, I thought he gets chased by A or something. I thought that was so funny. So I said that basically, like, she schools them. That's all I said, because I'm like, I can't even remember the words she used. Okay. We go to Mouse. Steve texts her that he has tickets for the carnival. Ew. She finds him on LinkedIn. Finds where he works, basically. You have Imogen.
I paused to see if there was anything.
I know. I was trying to see too, like what it said.
I was like, "Oh, you work at Radio Shack, basically."
Okay. Yeah, he does.
Got
he
it.
At Radio Shack. Imogen, the faux baby, is crying. Sydney is there. She rescues her. She burps the thing. Asks Imogen if she plans to keep the baby. I don't know. Sydney offers to make an appointment with the adoption agency for her.
She
the
can
next
go
day,
the next
literally
day.
the next day. There's an adoption agency. There's a plastic surgeon.
Yep.
Trying to think. There's also this specialist doctor. Oh no, that's the plastic surgeon. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So next day at school, Imogen asks Mrs. Bell to watch the baby. Of course, the baby's gone when she comes back. She runs into Chip. She's panicking. She named the baby Clarice, which I know is from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Clarice.
A little freaky.
Chip, has the brilliant idea. He says, let's wait for it to get quiet. They found the baby in the closet. There's a note on it saying she's a bad mother. Now, then she asks to tag team. She also asks him to give her a ride to the adoption agency. Farron tells Jiri about, because Henry, sorry, I messed that up. Henry told Jiri about Farron's back. And Jiri is talking to her and recommends a doctor for her to see. She confronts Henry. Yeah, she confronts Henry, upset that he blurted that out to her about her business to Madame Jiri, but basically it's like whatever. Tells him he's going to come with her to the specialist. Yeah, there's another one. So there's another specialist. We got a specialist for her back.
This is really the place to be.
And no restaurants. You know what? This town is so exclusive.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting in there except for Pinball Pizza.
No, I mean, you have every specialist you need and a pizza joint. That's it.
Yes. I'm trying to think if they had.
I mean, what more could you ask for?
Nothing. And they don't have a spa because they had to go to Radley.
They had to go to the next town over. Yeah.
Okay. So where am I here? Oh, geez. I just messed up and scrolled way too far up my
Don't
notes.
be doing that.
I also have to stop dropping my voice. I notice I drop my voice when I listen to the podcast. I have to stop doing that. Okay. Here we are. Tabby decides to walk back to the woods where the party was. Okay. Months previous, right? Months earlier, there's still burnt logs and beer cans sitting there.
Still there. Nobody's come back for anything or had another party or
it looks
blown
like there
away.
was a forest fire there too. I mean, I shouldn't joke because that is happening now, but that really looks like everything is just dead in that woods.
Yeah.
Right. She fantasizes about A attacking her. Now in the Facebook group, there was mentioned she's having psychotic episodes. Maybe she's A.
Oh, geez.
Like
Stop it.
She decides to go to the police station. Beasley sees her and he's like, come with me.
Oh.
He questions her about Tyler because then they, says he's been missing. Questions about that. He knows about the argument. Sorry. Asks her why she's there. I'm not bored. Asks her why she's even at why are you at my police station or something? And she's like, I have to pay a parking ticket for my mom. So she doesn't get the same thing. Imogen at the adoption agency, Chip, when the woman thinks that Chip is the dad, he doesn't deny it. He says, yes, he's in support of it, blah, blah, blah. Then when they're outside, she asks why he did that. He says, I don't know. I felt like you needed some support. She thanks him, says she does. Oh, he's like, you don't have to tell me who the father is if you don't want to. Then he asks her to go get a bite to eat. And of course, where do they go?
Pinball.
On such short notice. I mean, unless they had
a table available.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're laughing, having a grand time. He asks her to the carnival. Ooh. Okay. So now we go to Farron. Tells mom she went to the doctor because of the chronic pain. She has to get physical therapy, wear a brace. She can't dance for 6 months. Her mom's like, why didn't you, say something about the pain or whatever? And she's like, I did. She's like, I want to get better. So she wants to do it. Go to Noah. Trainer's like, you have shortness of breath. And he like whips out an inhaler. I'm like, okay.
Out of a bag on the shelf. Are you serious?
First of all,
there is no way. I don't care who this trainer is. I am not taking a puff off of a inhaler
like,
that you bust out of a duffel bag on a shelf.
It wasn't even a Ziploc, but like it wasn't inside of anything else.
No,
You know, it was
that's
just like almost his. He was like, here, I use this.
Yeah,
You take it.
here. You know what? You take a puff of that and you're knocked out because this is like gas, and that's right there, the trainer. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that one irked me. I was like, all right,
stupid.
first of all, this little studio ain't jiving for me, and he's like the guru of like, just take this. Yeah,
he's also in town, right?
Next thing you know, she's hanging out and she's calling up what's his name from the mouse and rat from the other show, Euphoria.
Mouse and Ash.
He's addicted to something. No,
wait.
What was his name?
There was the gross guy with
from
Mouse.
Euphoria.
Well, Mouse was the scary guy,
the drug dealer,
who I really love. Yeah, but what was his? Well, there was Fez and garbage can, whatever it was.
I don't know.
Ashtray.
Yeah, his name was Ash. I know, Ashtray. I'm just saying,
Mouse and rat. But
yeah, just take this. Like I give these out to everybody. It's like trick or treat. Like no.
No, it was.
At least she's smart enough. I think she does question the whole.
It was very funny
thing at some point, but then maybe I can't remember. But go ahead.
You're sorry. I don't know why. Okay. Farron. I don't know. Oh, no. Mouse stalks Steve at work. He's a tech guy, so he obviously knows how to stalk her. Says
down at the Radio Shack.
He's like, you're crossing a line. She's like, well, you're stalking me, and I'm going to tell your coworkers. And he's like, oh, really? Because I know you almost got abducted. And basically she finds out her mother goes to the support group for parents who've lost their children. So I found that very odd. There has to be more to this story. It can't just be because she was almost taken for 2 seconds, I hate to say, but not that long.
We saw the flashback. Yeah. There's got to be more to the story.
There's got to be more. He blah, blah, blah. Oh. I don't know what I wrote here, but and her mom says, she's like, no, my mom's in a book club or something on those days. Mouse is PS. Yeah. She goes home. She's like slamming the door or whatever. She gets a text from A saying that man wasn't a stranger. So we have Noah and Sean. Sean says, they're talking about the inhaler. And she's like, do you take anything? And he's like, no.
He's like, I'm all natural.
I don't know, I'm just not into him. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with getting a boost. All right, so then we go to Mouse. And she's like, oh, so you reading that for your book club? She's like, yeah. And then she tells Elodie she's going to the carnival. And Elodie's like, what if he comes back? And I'm like, what? What? And then Mouse asks if he was really a stranger, and Elodie says yes, and then Mouse says, well, then he's long gone. Now I have to go into the actress who plays Elodie because I did not know this. Erica told me this offline, that her name is either Leah or Lee Salonga. She was like on Broadway. She did Disney princess voices. I believe she did Mulan's. She was in Miss Saigon. I think she was like the first one. I saw Miss Saigon. I forgot on Broadway, but she was in Miss Saigon when she was 18. She's 4 years older than me, so I didn't see her when I was 14. I don't know if she was still doing it. I went to see Miss Saigon. I think I was like 21, around there. So I'm like, wow, she's like this crazy famous like Broadway.
Yeah.
Person has this amazing voice and all this stuff. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay. So we have Imogen. Well, it's really Tabigen again, but she tells Tabby about Chip, asks if Tabby's okay with her going to the carnival with him, and Tabby is fine with it. Tabby tells Imogen, that she didn't get to talk to the police officer because Beasley was there. And then I think she asks Imogen about Nurse Simmons. So thinking about talking to her about everything. So then we have Mouse. Shirley, her other mom, is having an issue with like Elodie like holding on to this and just like letting her life revolve around it and not letting like Mouse do anything. So then we show Noah and she's contemplating the inhaler. That's all we see, right? Then we have Tabby with the nurse. She starts to kind of tell the nurse, and then she looks and sees the blood drive and she's thinking. Now we're at the carnival. MASH establishes themselves because Mouse calls him her boyfriend, and he's like, boyfriend? He's like, I'd love to. They're cute. I like them. Okay. Now we have, Tabby's with her mom. She wants to tell her what the film's going to be about, but then doesn't, because then she sees like the Tools guys being a jerk. Greg's being obnoxious. Beasley's are just sad, like they're walking through, whatever. Then we have Imogen and Chip. He asks her if she wants. He's like, would you want to? And she's like, no. And I don't know. And basically he's like, I know, I'm not boyfriend material. I crushed on my BFF, blah, blah, blah. She kisses him. And she's like, I like you too. So then we have Farron and Henry on the Ferris wheel. At that part, I was just like, sorry. I was just like, why are we this part? She's stressed out. I don't know. I was stressed out that they were on the Ferris wheel just hanging there. All right. That's my dog. Rosewood kids show up. A fight almost breaks out. And Noah stops it. Oh gosh, this dog probably has to go out. Elodie gets a text threatening that she needs to be honest with Mouse or else. Shirley says if Elodie walks out, she doesn't know what will be waiting for her when she gets back. Is she A? Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. You don't know what will be waiting for you.
Are you though?
We're back at the carnival. Ash and Mouse go into the Hall of Mirrors. And A shows up. Ash never seems to see. That part was like crazy.
No.
With the mirrors. Yeah. But Ash never sees.
No, only Mouse sees
him.
Yeah. That's weird.
Finally, Mouse just like falls into the exit door and they get outside. And Elodie's there. She's like, I have to tell you the truth. So they speak alone privately, and she's like, the guy who tried to take you was your father. So this is the part I watched it the first time. I don't know why I didn't catch this part, but she's like, well, I was a surrogate and
I needed money after college.
I need money. And like Mouse is like, what? And she's like, well, we didn't go through an agency or anything, but you can be, usually if you're a surrogate, you're using a woman's egg and the man's sperm.
Yes. Correct.
But was this had to have been her? I'm so confused. I was like, wait, so
she was the surrogate and then kept the baby?
I know, but that means like
so then
she's not
whose
actually her
egg
baby
is
at
it?
all. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
So that was weird. I just wrote, is Mouse hers? And then Mouse admits that she sent the anonymous text from the burner phone. She's so savvy. Oh my gosh, we're at the end.
She probably picked it up at the Radio Shack.
Totally. From her buddy, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve.
Steve. Imogen tells, they're back at, at Tabby's house. Imogen tells her they kissed, and Tabby says, maybe it's time. And they're all like, woo, whatever. And then Tabby says, maybe it's time to tell the girls at least what happened to like her. And she thinks she knows how to catch the guy who raped them. They're back at school. And Mouse tells them about A being in the House of Mirrors and how Shirley kicked Elodie out. And Tabby is just about to tell them about her and Imogen, about the rapes, I think. And they all get texts of pictures of Tyler in a dumpster. Dun,
yes.
Dun.
Still now trying to figure out. We're all trying to figure out the significance of the Tyler thing, right?
What? Like why he was killed? What do you mean? I really think it was to frame them, to try to frame Tabby or one of or them, because they got into the fight in front of everybody and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a horror show, so we gotta have some murder and some blood.
I'm glad that we talked about both episodes because I
Me
cannot
too.
wait to watch.
I'm so excited.
Episode 8.
And I'm gonna have to rewatch
and talk about that.
Cool.
Yeah. Very soon. Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready. All right. That's
all right.
It. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. I'm not even gonna say.
You know how to find us at this point.
You know how to find
Instagram, the Gmail, We're on a website. We got all the things. So
Yep,
reach out.
YouTube coming. All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.